if you are working as a server admin or Wintel admin, you often receive the request to build a server or to build a domain controller according to their requirement. So how come requirement will come? It will become as a form of change management, change request or normal service request. It's look like this. Kindly provision one server for Delta application. That was the title. That was the title, just like a small title, Delta application. Next is configuration is given below. यानी कि what are the configuration is required, that is mentioned here. First things, server name is Delta SVR01. That will be the server name. We need CPU core 3 or 4. Memory we need 4 GB. HDD C drive space is 40 GB and D drive space is 30 GB. Okay. Next is network teaming enabled with 4 NIC card. Next is CPU, memory, HDD, network teaming, remote option enabled. Okay. Virtual memory as per MS Microsoft recommendation. Clear? Clear? IIS need to be installed. So this kind of request will come, and it is which team will deploy it? It is deployed by the application team or database team. Okay, let's say database team is going to create a server for larger database, so definitely as per the recommendation they will give you the request directly landed to the server team. Okay, it's not the AD team, server team. So server team will responsible to build this server according to the requirement. Clear? See, normally where server build installation, well, whenever it will come, the main important is which environment you have to build your server. They will tell you there's a three in server, there is a request, there is a 3 format. One is physical infra, another one is VM infra, another one is Azure infra. So first option, which environment you have to create the server. Even physical server possible, virtual machine possible, in Azure infrastructure the virtual machine also possible. So here nowadays physical machine is very costly, so maximum people will go with virtual machine environment. This is very important. So today we will execute this kind of request. Clear? Here new thing I will tell you. One is virtual memory, another one is NIC teaming. So these things it's new. I will tell you. According to that we will complete entire the server build request. Is that clear everyone?
Yes.
Wherever any doubt please now tell me. I will tell your doubts, clear your doubts. So for your information, okay, waste, he's not mentioned the waste, that is also very important. So here that is also be there in the top, or you can make it here. Server waste, let's say 2016 standard edition. Clear? This is your requirement. So let's start. As he say that the virtual machine on VM environment, so what we can do, go to file, new virtual machine, okay, click on next. Here what operating system is telling, which operating system should I go? 2016, it's very important. Okay, so you will select Windows Server 2016. Let's check where is my Windows Server 2016. Yeah, 2016 is there. So click on next. The server name, this is logical name, that is not impact your server name. Okay, so that will be Delta SVR 01. Click on next. Always select BIOS as a firmware. Okay, how many processor they need? 4 core. So processor will be 1, core will be 4. Clear? Is that clear?
Okay.
Click on next. And how much is the RAM? 4 GB. So basically just check your slider 4. Yeah, perfect. Click on next. Okay, how much is your C drive? 40 GB. Okay, server started installation. So remember, this is a core option. Do not install it. Core, if you install any operating system, if you install the core, it is basically GUI less. It is a command prompt, command blade. That means CLI base. So do not install core. Be careful. Always install Windows 2006. Any, let's say if it is Windows Server 2012 or 2016 or 2019. Always use for without core. Core it's not for you. I will tell you what is core. That is fine. That is our upcoming topic. I will definitely tell you. But as of now, we will select standard GUI. After that, no human intervention record. It is automatically installed.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. So just what is the difference between Windows Server 2012 and 2016?
2000.
12
Hmm.
R2 and Windows Server 2016 operating system.
Many changes replicate. There's a many changes observed. First changes is security. Main changes is come in security and file system, and many changes replicate in active directory replication, active directory federation services, active directory certificate services. Even not only that, the main thing, major part is developed, that is overall security. In 2012 onwards, 2012, there is a many problem arise in operating system. Sometime crash, sometime it is on hung state. These all are purified on 2016. Clear?
Yes. Yeah.
Generally, the major core differences between Windows Server 2012 and R2 and with Windows Server 2016 is that features and capabilities. Windows Server 2016 introduced server enhancements such as improved security with shielded virtual machine, support for Windows container, nano server deployment option, and storage feature like storage space direct. Additional there were updated to Hyper-V, networking and remote desktop services. It is important. And side by side, it is improved more features in security, Active Directory domain services, group policy, ADFS, and so on. Clear? Nano server concept actually introduced in 2016. We will discuss what is nano technology, nano server. I will tell you. So also for your information, if we see the perspective of AD version perspective, what is the difference between 2012 and 2016? The major difference is functional level. Windows Server 2016 introduces higher functional level, that is domain and forest, which allow you to take advantage of the higher latest features and capability. However, in order to raise the functional levels to Windows Server 2016, all domain controllers in the environment need to be running Windows Server 2016 and later. If you say about security enhancement, Windows Server 2016 domain controller come with improved security features such as credential guard, remote credential guard, and device guard, which help protect against credential theft from the unauthorized access. New feature introduced in 2016. Mohammed, I'm talking to you. Listen, right?
Yes, yes, sir. I understand.
In security enhancement part, Windows 2016 introduces credential guard, remote credential guard, and device guard, which helps protect against credential theft and unauthorized access. Shielded virtual machine. What is the concept of it? Windows Server 2016 domain controller supports shielded virtual machine, providing an extra layer of protection of virtualized domain controller against unauthorized access and tampering. Privilege access management. Windows Server 2016 introduces privilege access management to help and manage monitor privilege access of Active Directory. Nested virtualization. Windows Server 2016 allows for a nested virtualization, which means you can run virtual machine inside other virtual machine, useful for certain testing and development scenario. Nano server. This concept it's very new. Let me clear your doubts. Nano server, while not recommended for use of domain controller, Windows Server 2016 introduced Nano server as a lightweight deployment option, offering reduced attack surface and simplified management. Storage space direct. Windows Server 2016 introduced storage space direct, a technology that enable building highly available and scalable storage solution using local disk. These are the just some of the difference between Windows Server 2012 R2 domain controllers and Windows Server 2016 domain controller. Clear? Now,
Yes, yes.
now slowly you will learn so many things while you are working. Acha. So,
Oh, oh.
so my Windows Server 2016 has installed successfully. So let's mark it what I have completed. Server OS 2016 standard edition installation done. VM infra I have created, installation done. CPU core 4 done, memory 4 GB done, 40 GB done. So let's create. First things, I'll change the server name Delta SBR01 and additional drive. Okay. For your information, in order to change the server name, there is a two option. Either you can go to my computer properties or you can go to server manager. First I'm going to run, type here server manager. Here you have to go to local server. See, computer name is random. By default, Windows random name it's taken. So click on there. change to computer, whatever your computer name, change it. So here my case it is delta SVR 01. Clear? Click on OK. Remember, after change the computer name, you have to restart, mandatory restart, to refresh the API, application programming interface. So after that, I am going to increase my additional disk drive, because as you know that application team cannot install the application or database on C drive. They need a D drive for the huge log movement, because SQL it's generate huge log. You have to shrink the log in order to maintain the disk space. Okay, so here what you need to do, just go to the settings, click on advanced. Here you need to add one disk drive. Remember, while adding this hard disk, it will not expect this directly show in my computer. It will not work. You have to reformat with the Windows file system. What is Windows file system? NTFS, new technology file system. Earlier it was FAT, file allocation table. So earlier it was file allocation table 16, then file allocation table 32. Okay, then NTFS comes to the picture. So how much they are required? They are required 30 GB. Click on next, finish. Okay. So you can go to this PC. Now see that this is blank. It is not showing there. So for your information, you have to format the drive with the file system. In that case, you have to go to start, go to run, type disk mgmt.msc to manage your hard disk. Disk mgmt.msc. You are seeing the disk one is there. Right click on. Then you go to initialize disk, GPT, click on OK. Now click on new simple volume, click on next. Did they mention which drive? It mentioned D drive. So click on next. D drive is not available. In that case, I'll tell you, first make it finish. Okay. Now what you need to do, go to your CD-ROM. This is your CD-ROM. Right click, change drive path, make it from D to any other drive. So your D is available now. So right click, change drive letter, change to D. Clear? Now you can expect it should be visible in my computer. Got it? You can access, the drive is created successfully. Perfect. Next we have done this. Next is, I will commit later, is very important. Small things, let's make it. IIS need to be installed. So let's do it. IIS need to be installed. So IIS, basically I'm telling you what is IIS. IIS, Internet Information Services. Basically it's a browsing capability. It provides browsing capability among all these web based application. Like whenever you are hosting any application, where it is hosting, what are the platform, either Linux or Unix or Solaris or Windows environment, right? Or CentOS, Apple, whatever, based on the application prerequisites. So same things, any web based application, Windows environment, it is hosted on IIS. For Linux environment, it is the JBoss or Apache Tomcat. Clear? In Unix environment, it's the utility called JBoss or Apache Tomcat. For Windows environment, it is a Microsoft own product, that is IIS. So normally IIS is not installed anywhere in Windows until you have to install it manually. So for that only you have to go to local server, you have to go to all server options, dashboard, then you have to add roles. This is the roles. Remember last week we did routers, that is also a roles. This is also roles and features. Okay, click on next, 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 next. Yes, just scroll it down. Web server IIS is there, just check it and then click on next, next, next and install. Now just leave it blank. We have installed the role and that can be managed to run inet mgr. They will hosted their application there. So they want to be expect install this role as a prerequisite of the server. Done. So make it green marks. Acha. Next our remaining thing is network teaming, remote option enabled and virtual memory as per MS recommendation. See, network teaming, why it is required? In order to make your network card redundancy. Remote option enable, why it is required? In order to take the RDP. And virtual memory, what it is? I will tell you later on. But before that, we need one more machine for testing to or connect the server over remotely. So in that case, Windows 7 is fair enough. Someone telling me something? Anyone telling? Okay, Bhaskar is leaving for 10 minutes. Okay, no problem. Okay, so I'm just installing Windows Server, Windows 7. Sorry, Windows 7. It is, let's say, consider that is my laptop. Now you have to connect the laptop in the network environment. Same network as I said. VNet 0. This machine I just installing just to check the physical connectivity, network is reaching or not, RDP's remote desktop protocol is working or not. That's why. Okay, or else do not have any intention to install Windows 7 computer.
Hello, Siddharth.
Yeah, tell me.
Just yeah, I want to know. So whenever we install, that is, we create one Active Directory domain services. By default, DNS also it will get configured. So where we will get the DNS database?
So each class is for DNS database. Right now we are
No,
doing
no.
this.
Sorry, and like Active Directory when install mtdf.in.datit file, we will get all those user files
Please
that get.
wait,
Also, where is the DNS database
please
available?
wait.
Just,
This class is for whatever the classes. Please concentrate this. You are not alone in this shift. Other peoples are there. You are.
okay, okay. Okay.
I am telling you Windows Server basic things. You are directly involving DNS. How come they will
No, no,
understood?
no. Just I'm asking the database file where it will store that.
It is stored on C Windows System 32 sysball.
Oh, sysvol. Okay.
Sorry, C Windows NTDS NTDS.d. That is our Active Directory database location.
Hmm.
Please concentrate whatever we are providing the classes. We will whatever
Okay.
question in your mind, just do one thing, prepare it in a note. Every
Hmm.
day if you have any questions comes to in your mind, prepare a note. Once we are going to that chapter, I will clear your doubts. Or
Oh,
you can personally call me and ask the question, because I am telling you I am following one sequence. Because see,
okay.
instead of jumping topics and then you are nothing at the time of troubleshooting, it's far better move slowly. Because if you are not change your attitude, in future you will not be a good troubleshooter, neither Windows, neither AD, neither even desktop. You know everything,
Okay.
but you don't know nothing, because you do not have the basic things. So don't jump it. Slowly na, just slowly learn and concentrate. If you have anything personal, you can call me and I will discuss you. Don't worry. But
Yes.
while you in the batch, please do not release the
Okay.
concentration, because
Oh,
other peoples are coming here, they want to learn the activity from scratch. So if you are
oh.
asking advanced question there, that will be very challenging for them to understand. But my point,
Yes.
you can call me anytime and ask me what is your query. I will definitely tell you. But in class, please concentrate on the focus topic.
Oh, okay, definitely. Okay, thank you.
If you concentrate day 1 to day 16, now after day 16 you will be a champ. I'm telling you will be a pro. You can handle Active Directory and lead the position, I'm telling you. That much of knowledge I will tell you. That's what the course is so vast. And I will make you from scratch. Each module we have a lot of practicals, lot of things to tell you. How the things happen, what are the things happen. So if you are not understand this corner to corner, then this course is very lost your money. Simple, I'm telling you. Because in real environment there are thousands of issues come, so thousands of issue you cannot find out Google and all the and fix it the solution, right? So in that case you have to know the centralized mechanism how these things happen. So this thing you can achieve if you start from the scratch and follow the strict regulation and maintain. We next week onwards we are directly go into the Active Directory. So then whatever the questions comes to your mind, definitely you now onwards you can prepare your question answer. What are the question you want to ask and all, we'll definitely discuss, because next week onward we are going to Active Directory start. That is our Active Directory day 1 classes. This is the prerequisite, because if you do not have the basic understanding of server and hardware management, then Active Directory is very difficult. You will not be perform any troubleshooting. That's why I have added network routing one session. I have added server roles management one session. I have added basic server infrastructure, and then we'll go to Active Directory. Clear?
Yes.
So please slowly and steadily. Whatever question comes to your mind related to this, you can ask. Not a problem. I will tell you. But apart from this, don't jump. Okay? People will confused. Yeah. So now what we can do? This is actually to take the RDP and all. So main thing is that server, we back to server here, and server also need the IP address for communication. That's what you need to go and put the IP address. Okay. Second things, you need to stop the firewall. That is mandatory. Firewall protect you from the internet, that is fine, but every organization they have a standard hardware firewall. They will not relying on the software defined firewall. Is that clear? Every organization they have a standard centralized firewall. So you have to stop this software defined firewall. Clear? After that, now comes to the network teaming concept. This is very new to you. Understood what is it? So generally, let's say this is my server, antivirus server, Symantec server, and now how it is communicate? It is communicate over the networks, right? It is communicate over the network. It's a switch, and it is a network connection between your workstation and server. Now just tell me anyone, if this NIC card damaged, then what happened? If this network card is damaged, I mean server network card, I'm telling you, it is damaged, then what happened? Will you able to get antivirus server connectivity?
No.
Will you able to update your antivirus server? Yes or no?
No.
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 No. No.
If this is database server, NIC cut down, then will you able to connect your database?
No.
As a result, application choked. That database loss. That's what it's very important, endpoint redundancy, because this is the endpoint for connectivity of the server. So what else? Let's say if we arrange another NIC card, then what else happen? How many switch? It will conflict the network. So in order to maintain this network teaming is the Microsoft concept introduced in the version of 2012. Earlier 2008, that version was, network teaming option was not there. So you can take another difference between 2008 and 2012, that is teaming was not added in Windows Server, which is in 2012 or 2016 onwards, teaming included in operating system. Earlier it was vendor specific. Teaming is the concept where a group of NIC card work together and make a virtual NIC card, and that NIC card is a virtual. Okay, so any one of is down, other will work. That is teaming concept. So if your any of the physical NIC card, let's say any electrical shortage or anything else happens, the hardware, it can't be possible. It might be possible, although in VM environment NIC teaming it's not at all recommended, but yes, it can be damaged. NIC card can be crashed. Okay, in VM environment, Azure environment, physical environment, the chances is very high in physical environment. So in order to maintain, we will create couple of NIC card work together as a team. So in that case, what we can do right now, if I go to my ncpa.cpl endpoint environment, I can see I have only one NIC card. I have only a one NIC card. So what I can do, I will create 4 NIC card, and in a we'll make a one single NIC card as a team. That is network teaming. So let's say go to here, go to settings, click on add network adapter, add network adapter, one more, add network adapter. Now here in adapter 2, here adapter 2, here adapter 2. So all 4 NIC card has landed here, right? Remember, I'm telling you, let's say establish the network between your laptop and your server. Let's ping each other. So it's pinging. Let's consider it is pinging or it is connected. Now what happened? If your primary NIC card is down, let's say primary NIC card is down, what happened? Connectivity less. That means finish everything. Whatever the services hosted there, all are gone. Right? Am I right or wrong? All are
Right.
All are gone. Now how you make this redundancy? In order to make the redundancy, we have options called teaming. Teaming is the group of network features through which you can redundant your network endpoint from the servers. So what exactly you need to do? Just go to server manager. Inside the server manager, select local server option. Clear? In local server option, you can see network teaming showing disable, and it is detecting Ethernet 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So what you can do, make this Ethernet first in enabled state, and then you are going to create the teaming. Drop down this arrow, new team, new team. So team name will be whatever comes to your mind, or as per the naming convention, put it here, NW team. NW team, and you have to select 1, 2, 3, 4. All those 4 nick card you are creating. You can create team in between 3. You can create 2, not a problem. But max to max company always go with 4 combination. Clear? Click on additional property. In this additional property, first option will be switch independent. Always select this LSCP for Hyper-V environment. Whenever you are creating infrastructure on Hyper-V host, then LSCP you have to select. Load balancing will be dynamic, or you can select address host, and standby, whatever it is, leave it blank. And then put this tab. So your teaming is created. Initially find out faulted connection pending or something else happen. Keep wait. After that you can close this window and refresh. Once you refresh, you can see teaming created successfully. See that. Now instead of doing IP address anyway, it is not working. If you go for the IP address option, it will not work. Instead of doing physical IP, you have to give them in this virtual network. Okay. So whatever your existing IP, put it here. After that, click on OK. Now again you can see the network has been restored successfully. Okay. Now I am telling you the magic. Let's say Ethernet 0 is disabled. Does it disconnect? Does it disconnect?
No.
That is network teaming. Every physical server, Hyper-V, VMware host, everywhere. This is how you can redundant your physical network. It's called the option called teaming. Any of the disk drive, if it is crashed, it will not hamper the server communication. Clear? Got my point? Everyone is that clear?
Siddharth, what is the difference? What is the difference of that switch independent and something? What is meant by switch independent?
Switch independent means there is no such problem in switching. Let's say one switch's high speed is 10 gigabytes, one switch's speed is 2 gigabytes, another switch's speed is 1 gigabytes. Now if you do dynamically, might be the speed will be the mismatch and it will create a problem. If you set a switch independent, that means switch doesn't matter. Clear?
Okay. And if we do create that virtual logical network created, right? NW teaming something in that
That is
NCP.cpl.
actually you are applying IP address here. You are applying IP address network address here. But 0, 1, 2, 3, these are the physical server. It cannot be work individually. It is working as a team. Like you are working as a server team. Let's say today morning you are feeling sick. You have not gone to office. It doesn't mean that your office stop working. Tell me. No, na?
It start.
Uh,
It won't stop.
Other team members will be there. They will also work. So same like the concept here.
No,
If
my question was that with Ethernet 0, we already had assigned an IP address, right?
hmm,
Uh,
did I assign
so,
Ethernet 0?
no,
Did I assign Ethernet 0? It will not open, brother. It is not open.
no, but before creating the
Before
that,
whatever before whatever I have given, it is already clean
hmm.
all those stuffs. Once we create a team now, whatever the configuration they have, they are all clean.
Oh, that's what my concern. Yeah, right.
If you click on any of the unique card, it will not open. It will
Hmm.
not open. It is disabled because any configuration you have to do, make it on this instead of thing. If you give configuration separately of any one of them, then it is
Hmm.
a problem, na? How many you want to
Okay.
give it? Then what is the purpose of teaming, right?
Yes.
Right.
Exactly. So the team is the new concept introduced in 2012, and 2016 onward it is very famous. So you understood the network teaming concept, right?
Yes.
Next is remote option. So first things, everybody we know, uh, all we are experienced guy here, how these things happen, how you are working user server, database server, application server, how you check it. Every obviously on through remote. Remote is a mandatory because you cannot complete work server through console. How you get the console? Yes, from VMware you can take the console, but in physical server you do not have until you connect the ILO or way. So best option is take the server over remote. In order to take the server over remote, you have to enable this option. Where you have to go to same server manager. You can go server manager, all server, sorry, local server. There is option na remote desktop. It is by default disabled. Make it enable, and also allow this option and uncheck this option. If you check this option, that is create a problem. It is basically network level authentication required. So generally uncheck this. Select this option, allow remote connection to this computer. Now what happened? Once you done this, then what you need to do, go to here, take IP address 10.10.10.10. You can take the server over remote from your laptop. Got my point? Did we have given administrative password? Okay, if not, then I will tell you the command. Through command you can check it. Okay, let's say administrator password. I'm telling you local administrator password, how to set local administrator password. I'm telling you. For that only go to command prompt and then type the command net space user administrator. Command is sorry, password is kolkata@1234. So your administrator has been password protected. Same thing you can go for GUI as well. Go to comp mgmt.msc, go to local user and computers, go to users, select administrator, set password, click OK. Same things. So either you go through this command option or you can go to GUI option. It is very mandatory, or else you will not be able to take the server over remote. Now everywhere in real environment you have to take the server MSTSC like SQL. How you do SSMS? You do the SSMS now, SQL Server Studio Manager, Management Studio. The same things you have to connect through MSTSC for server options. Okay, and you're very much important, you have to stop your firewall. Inbound as well as outbound. after login, change the password, log in with your administrator. This is console, I'm telling you. Now you can take the server remote from another computer. Okay. Yes, now you can see you can take the server over remotely. So from your laptop you can manage the server over RDP. This is your laptop and this is your remote. Remotely you can manage your server over RDP. Clear? Is that clear? This is how actually we work in the organization. For that only you have to enable this remote option. Our last and final topic is, that is virtual memory. What is virtual memory? Let's understand the concept. Till now, anyone have any doubts? Till now, anyone have any doubts? I'm personally asking everyone. Nilesh, Atul, Jobin, Rakesh ji, Bhaskar, everyone, please tell me if you have any doubts. Clear everyone?
Yes.
Perfect. The last topic is virtual memory. Basically it's very small things. I mean, just to tell you, aware you, because everything you know till now, whatever we did, everything you know, just to recap your knowledge, or what to say, you can brush up your technical knowledge. That's it. Basically, if we consider processor basically a keychain. For your example, why keychain? It is process your data, and same data will be delivered to your client through RAM. That means RAM is the Zomato, simple for your example. And your hard disk is a refrigerator where you can store the processed food. Got my point? And you have to deliver the same thing your customer where they need. Now the problem is that this is normal flow of your system, Windows based system. Now processor normally doing operations and your memory is getting bottleneck. That means entire the memory is full, only few portion is there to execute that problem. This situation it's called deadlock or hung. So you often getting experience in your system, laptop, server, that system is getting hung, it is stuck. Why? Because RAM is CPU is continuously delivering the works. CPU is also heated and it continuously processing the data, and that data RAM might be stuck, or he is not be able to do it or deliver it on time. As a result, his resource is full and enter the system we call hung, server hung issue. Now whenever processors realize that my system is hung, RAM is not working, data not going towards hard disk, client is not getting output, in this scenario processor directly set one connection request to hard disk. Tell them, okay, do you have any blank space available so that I can allocate to RAM, so he can process the required data, and from there he will directly deliver to client. So this is the place we call them virtual memory or page file. Clear? In Windows we call them virtual memory or page file. In Linux it's called the extended memory or swap file. Clear? Is that clear?
Can you make that repeat that sentence? CPU make a connection to hard disk, right?
CPU, actually when CPU realize that my system flow is stuck, that my resources are not being delivered, so he requested hard disk to allocate some temporarily space, and RAM will execute their remaining data over here. So temporarily this space allocation, it's called virtual memory allocation. Basically it's a physical space allocated in physical hard disk. Got my point? Even
Yeah.
after some time you realize that my network is stable now, my server is stable now, because it is already executed your remaining data. Now your environment is again working and green. To avoid this scenario, every organization, while they are configuring server, they are already take a predefined space. Before this deadlock situation happened, they already claimed that advanced space from hard disk. Either it will be utilized or it will be non-utilized. But if in case of server hung, it will not take out too much time, it will execute the data in this case. So already they have a allocated space in hard disk, that is called virtual memory. Now here what is the recommendation? How much should be the size? Comes to your mind that how much will be my size I can create virtual memory. The virtual memory, basically it is always taken by Microsoft recommendation. What is Microsoft memory recommendation? Whatever your physical memory into 1.5 times is your virtual memory. My physical memory is what? How much my physical memory? 4
4
GB.
GB.
The 4 into 1.5, that means 6 GB. Clear? That is my virtual memory. So let's configure my virtual memory. How I configure the virtual memory? So now I can take a remote and do my rest of the jobs. So I am not in laptop. I am telling you I am taking the server over remote. Okay, don't confused. So what we can do, I am going to configure this server virtual memory through remotely, because in general real cases if you are going to server manager you have to take a work through remotely. So that is the best practice. How you change your server virtual memory? So go to my computer property, this PC, click on property, advanced system settings, computer name, sorry, advanced. There's option now, performance, virtual effect, processors, scheduling, memory usage and virtual memory. Click on settings. Here first thing you need to do, adjust for best performance. This option you have to check. Next things you have to go to advanced options. Click on change. So by default you can see it is managed, automatically managed, that means system managed. That means it is the system managed. So system managed I cannot choose, I already defined the, I'm going to date predefined space. So here you have to select custom size. In custom size, what else I have to do? See, size is MB, they are calculating in MB. So according to Microsoft recommendation, what is my memory size? How much is my memory size?
4 GB.
4 GB. So 4 into 1.5, how much?
6. 6.
6. So 4 into 1.5, that means 6. Remember 6 is the GB, not MB. If you convert MB, so you want to make it 1024. How much? 6144 is your virtual memory. So both these cases, upper and lower, you have to make it 6144. Okay, or you can take it 600 first one and max to max it will be 6144. That is also good. Okay, so click on set. Once you set, it is created 6 GB file on your C drive. It is created 6 GB file on your C drive. Once you click OK, you need to have a restart. After it is installed, how could you know whether it is up or not? Simple, start the ping. Okay, now how could I know that C drive is increased or not? Let's see. See that C drive almost increased 20 GB. So let's go to here. Go to property, again go to settings, advanced. C drive almost occupied. Now again requirement come, kindly move few portion to D drive, because only I have 19 GB free space. It is very difficult to manage, but I need the virtual memory. Do one thing, move all those to D drive. I don't need virtual memory to be configured on C drive. Two cases you have to face: either they will tell 50% C drive, 50% D drive, or entirely on D drive. Both I will tell you. So let's, if this is a 50% C drive and 50% D drive, then what is the half of the 6144? 6144 divided by 2, 3072. So in C drive it will be 3072 and this is also 3072. Click set, select D drive 3072, and this is also 3072. Click on set. Now 50-50 it has been divided. Now you can see the size will be reduced. Side will be reduced. Okay, it will be on 17 something else. It will come. Click on OK. OK. Click on apply. OK. OK. You need to restart. Once you restart, so you can see your C drive and D drive. Both has been 50-50 equally divided. Clear? Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Now if you entirely shift on D drive, same things you can do. Just it will be on 6144. So just remove this one, no page file. In C drive, may I mark it no page file, and D drive select 6144. Click on set. Okay. So after doing this, whatever the file allocated on C drive, it will be clean, and entirely thing it will comes to your D drive. Yeah. So every day you will learn very new things, and total things I will complete. There is no gap. That is my promise. Nothing I skip. I will make you 200% as a service level, architect levels. I'll make you. But you need to give me a 200% your effort as well. Perfect. Now if I go to here, see that my entire things on D drive, C drive is totally free, 26 GB free. Clear?
Yes.
So this is how we have ended our topic, that is basic server management. Next week onwards we are directly go to the Active Directory module. Requested everyone, please do not skip the class. Please everyone join available at time. That is our same time 12:30 p.m. onwards. Let me save the video.
Okay,
Anyone?
done.
Yes, tell me. Anyone have any
Uh,
question?
yes. Virtual memory and paging file are the same concept, right?
Virtual memory, page file in Windows, we can say virtual memory or page file in Windows. In Linux, we can say extended memory or swap file.
Okay. Is it best practice to make a separate drive for this paging file?
Exactly. If your server, if your server having less number of resources, not too much, and there is a high chances you are installing SAP or you are installing SQL or you are installing in a high spike
Mm.
application,
Mm.
so better always go with virtual memory solution. Even you
Okay.
can recommended your application team that shall I configure the virtual memory, it will be can handle the any unwanted memory spike.
Yes. Means you can create a separate drive for that.
Yes, you can add another extra drive or you can use it,
Okay.
but not more than that calculation. Remember that calculation is Microsoft recommendation. If you take it more than that, then virtual memory won't work.
Okay.
1.5 time from your
Yes.
physical memory. Clear?
Yes.
So Siddharth, most of the times we are getting requests like Windows Server performance issue, Windows Server is not working fine.
So in case of performance issue, that's I'm telling you, these things is have to important. Which option? Okay, let me show you. Property. First things you have to change it, adjust for best performance, and second thing you have to go to virtual memory, and third thing you have to go to run ms config. In ms config you can go to startup, you will find out a lot of services. Right now it is a very new, so that's why I'm not showing. In case of services, so you can hit hide all Microsoft services. Okay, and then you can directly go for, if you start up, so many programs will jump at startup and create the server slowness, so you can stop them. And second things, in case your system is really after slow, after not these things, you can do cmd open and then do sfc hyphen scan now. SFC, not SFS. So SFC hyphen scan now, you have to run it. It will clear all these problem in your hard disk, not that sector. I'm telling you in space related issue, it will clear after you reboot. Performance absolutely working fine.
But in case of virtual machine, we don't have like kind of bad sector, bad sector
That's
because
what I'm
it's
telling you. Nowadays, bad sector part not applicable for virtual machine. You do SFC scan.
so okay. So apart from SFC scan, if my OS is hosted on virtual machine platforms,
Wherever it is there, do SFC scan, do disk fragmentation, do MS config, and virtual memory concept. Best performance. Your system will be perfectly work.
now why I'm asking this question? I asked this question in an interview that have you ever been used performance monitor something kind of tool or something? That's the reason I'm asking this question to you.
Answer I'm telling you, na. These things you have to do it.
No, no. He said that have you ever been used performance monitor tool, which is the built-in tool.
Performance monitor tool for monitoring the performance, not speed up the performance.
Okay.
Try to understand. You are a technical person. Why performance monitor tool required? It is required to observe where the problem happened. Here you have to go to perfmon.
Hmm.
Here you have to set the counter. Got my point? To check which option is creating problem, either disk or what problem. So normally perfmon it's not required. If your server hosted in VMware environment, there is option GUI options there. Periodically, hourly you can download the graph, CPU, everything. I am telling you the way you can speed up your machine. This is a monitoring option. It will not speed up your system. Got my point?
No, I understand, Siddharth, that this is not this will not help me to speed up the issue. My question was how we can diagnose the issue using this tool. That what's the processes or something
That's what I'm telling you
causing
now.
that
There is
issue.
an option CPU. You have to set the counter. You have to set the counter. Got my point? First, you have to set like so many EXEs. That means these are the current CPU EXEs are running. So just check it which thread, why, which is the connection, why it is taking too much time. Just go to here, you know, analysis weight chain, okay, or else you can check which services is using. You can contact to that application owner, that ask him why this services is utilizing normal business hours, is there any problem. So this is how you can reduce it. Simple process monitoring, it's tell you the way out how you can do this. This is for CPU, this is for memory. Through this you can realize which portion, which exe is creating problem. So you can contact to that application owner. Disk part, you can understood which application using high disk, and you can contact to that application owner. This is how you can harden and tune your server. Got my point?
So we have to use resource monitor. You are saying
Exactly. You can run it from here. This is Windows inbuilt tool. Or else,
not.
let me complete now. Why you are interpreting every words? I'm telling you, let me complete. It is Windows inbuilt tool, perfmon. Windows inbuilt tool, perfmon. Or else, if you do not use it, you can periodically manage through your vCenter server. Each vCenter there is an option. Periodically they will spike, check the spike, a disk IO, CPU usage, memory usage, service usage, everything. And more clarity from this part, man. Clear? Now tell me question.
No,
Anything.
you open the resource monitor tool, not performance monitor. That's what I'm asking.
It is, if you are go to run perfmon, you have run the perfmon. So this is the one is resource monitor, another one is performance monitor. If you go to the performance monitor, you can set the counter. First you have to set the counter, click on add and select the counter, and from there you can do. I am telling you resource monitor, resourcely you can manage memory, network, CPU. This is perfmon. Perfmon is actually added to set a counter, periodical counter. Got my point? let's say I'm telling you, browse. There's a many thing option is there. Data collector, systems. In system, click on new data collector set. So these are all of NT kernel, BIOS, all settings are there. So you have to create accordingly. Clear? But remember, parmon will also occupy your disk. You have create a counter and you forget, after 2 days your disk will full and you will be server will be crashed. So you can take only 30 minutes or 1 hour. After that you have to delete it. Got my point?
Okay.
So how to use, for example, for a particular any service or something, how we can set the collection set something over here.
Click on change. That's what I'm telling you. Actually the server not in domain, it is creating a problem. So right click on perform monitor, click on new, click on data collector, put your data collector name, next root directory. This is the root directory. Here it will be created, or you can set it on your C drive. Okay, start this data collector set now and finish. After it is created, okay, where it is says, yeah, my cool, you can, you know, system log generated, or you can go to property, directory security. No, it is not. Stop. Just new. Sorry. Again, you have to go to data collection set. Collector set. Click on net. Put it on C drive. Run as whatever its default. Start this data collector now or save, finish. Now this data collector will collect the, click on data manager, action, data task manager, whatever it is, click on start. Yeah, so when prompting to start data collector, set the following system error, cannot create file when that file is already exist. Okay, so do one thing, in C drive system log you have to delete, and then start it. Yeah, so it is actually collected that logs. Now whatever you have to added here, it will be collected the logs. So just stop it again and go to here, click on start. Now you have to select which option you have to add. So these all are the options have to be show here. So through this you can added the performance counter monitor. Clear?
Yes.
Got it?
Yes. Yes.
So this is how you can edit the instances, processor time. Okay, you can edit processor time, and like memory, same thing. This is how you can check your counterpart. Okay, any question? Any question? One is resource monitor, one is performance monitor. Resource monitor means if your resources continuously spiking through resource monitor you can check it, and perf monitor is you have to set this counter and check the performance. Let's say you want to see the last 30 minutes spike, so create your counter and wait for that It will collect at 30 minutes and then do analysis. But nowadays I'm telling you, parpmon not required. I mean, VMware, they have the sense. VMware options, in each server there is a monitoring options, virtual container. Through this you can easily find out all those stuffs. Clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Any question?
In VMware, which option you said for monitoring this?
Sorry?
In VMware, what option you said which we can monitor all these things?
Parpmon. One is resource monitor, one is parpmon. Such as type it mon. First one, resource monitor for you to check the resources, and this is the performance. To monitor performance, this is the perform monitors. Clear?
No, no, I'm talking about VMware vSphere. You said na VMware vSphere there is something
VMS
nowadays.
vSphere, there is a options called monitoring, graph, hourly graph.
Okay.
Hourly graph, there is an option, CPU, memory, storage, IO, processor, network, virtual environment, everything will find out.
For a particular VM, right?
For a particular VM. So nowadays parpmon we use in 2012, 2000, in the year of 2015, 16 year. And nowadays is all this equipment is very high. Okay, let me save the files. Any question? Any further question?
Siddharth, I have a question.
Yes, please.
In an interview, many times frequently question asked, what is the procedure for the creating or a build new blank physical or a virtual machine?
I'm not getting. What is the question, please?
What is the procedure? Interviewer frequently asks, what is the procedure of build new blank physical server? So what is the best answer?
So blank physical server.
How can you build physical server?
A physical server, first of all, whenever any physical server you have to build, the physical server either in IBM or HP server,
Yes,
before that you have to configure the RAID. Okay,
yes.
RAID is
Okay.
redundant array inspected disk. Either in RAID 0 or RAID 5 you have to configure. After you
Okay.
create RAID, then you have to configure the background remote infrastructure, let's say ILO or
Okay.
WAY. Okay, or in if it is a Dell, then you have to configure the DRAC. After these things done, then you have to mount the ISO image through ILO and install this. Okay,
Yes.
so this is how you have to create these physical infrastructure, physical server.
Okay.
Now if you actually they will ask you, you have I mean you are not properly explain what is the question. The question is, even I ask in the question interview, how you can create same configuration virtual machine, let's say 5 or 6 at a time. Then answer is through templates.
Yes.
Through templates we can create this. Okay,
Yes.
in virtual environment or VMware environment there is an option called templates
Yeah.
or cloning. Okay,
Yes.
templates basically in the form of sysprep already configured. You no
Yes.
need to run sysprep because sysprep already configured, and it is already predefined application images are already there. Our cloning is what? Cloning is rawly copy. It is a raw format of your primary servers. So you have installed one server, it is blindly copy you and created another format. In that case, you have to run the sysprep. So in VMware vSphere, those two features is available, cloning and templates. So they will ask you question, what is the difference between cloning and templates?
Yes.
Yes, tell me. Even I am also recruiter. I am also taking interview for my organization, VMware, Citrix, Azure, Active Directory, O365, all.
Hello, Siddha. What about license for
Sorry?
license, applying license on if we build one physical server, so applying the license is there. So what is the procedure you will tell us?
Licenses generally you can do two way. Organization manage operating system license you are telling about, right?
Yes, yes.
So operating system license generally managed two way. If this is a small environment, they purchase the license through one machine server, I mean machine per machine server, or if it is a larger organization, they will purchase volume license server. Okay, so in case volume license server, in order to deploy volume license, you need to deploy one server as a KMS server, key management server or key activation server. In this KMS server will contain only your volume licenses, and it is available on the network LAN. As much as the server you have installed the operating system, once the server directly in product LAN, through SLMNGR is the utility command line. Through SLMNGR, once you run it, it will contact to KMS and get activate their license. This is, I'm talking about the volume license. For single machine license, you have to purchase machine license, activate internet, and you have to, you know, run this security ID and click on next, 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 like that.
Okay, okay, got it. Thanks.
Is this KMS server will be a part of our models in future?
Sure, you just arrange us a volume license. I'll definitely show you in KMS. Do you have? Tell me.
No, no, I don't have. That's the reason I asked this question.
And then how come I will get?
No, no, I'm not talking about volume licenses. In terms of procedure, I'm talking about.
For your information, let's say Windows Server 2016 or 2019. Minimum one volume license contain around 5,000 systems or 10,000 systems. It's a lot. It comes as a lot. So 10,000 system lot will come around 4 lakhs. And 20 system machine, it will come as 20,000 system, it will come as approximately 12 lakhs.
You're talking about volume licensing costing, right?
Normally,
Okay.
if you purchase any operating systems, how you activate? Over the internet you can activate, or you can call to Microsoft phone, Microsoft help desk. Through this you can activate your OS. But organization doesn't work, right? Organization have around 60,000 computers, 70,000 computers all across the world, like Accenture, TCS, 7 lakhs employee all over the world. If they have 7 lakhs employee, 7 lakhs computer also be there. How come their system get activated? This is how. They have purchased lakhs of volume license. Whenever your system get connected to the TCS network, system will get license.
Through KMS server, right?
Through KMS, or even you can deploy through SCCM. Even SCCM also can help to get activate. System Center Configuration Manager, earlier it is, now it is MECM, Microsoft Endpoint Configuration Manager. Okay, are you satisfied or still hungry? Tell me. Okay, let me save the video. Next week we are jumping in Active Directory. It's very, very important. Requesting everyone, please don't miss the class. I definitely give you the videos, no doubt.